they don't have the same poke potential with the LeBlanc as they did with the Jace. Now, admittedly, it's a little bit more consistent, slightly lower in terms of damage, and also provides a bit more of a split side lane threat.
Looks like it's going to be the AD LeBlanc with Fleet Footwear.
Yeah, and most likely will be the AP Kai'Sa with the Hail of Blades, of course. On hit Varus, being that the lethal tempo has been picked up. So do have poke, of course, in the Kai'Sa. Even the Varus without the lethality will still provide a bit of poke.
He's not necessarily locked into the AP Kai'Sa.
Yeah, it could be AD, but I think you'll most certainly, or most likely, I guess, go.
Yeah. I feel like Beyond probably have to get a lead again.
Yeah, it does feel like that. And I think after seeing how Game 1 played out, DCG should be able to play better around Husha's Maokai, trying to avoid so many dives in the bot side. Blitzcrank already going to be losing Flash. He's also going to be hit by this Vault Breaker. Uh-oh.
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 Oh, just out of tower
range.
Yeah,
that was kind of lucky. Now Cascada starting lane, missing quite a bit of health, but I think importantly this means bot lane is going to be very, very difficult for Fing now. Taco privy to the idea that Driver's going to be looking for something.
Yeah, he was
Ghost
ready
will be popped. I don't... Okay, I think 665 will be able to pick up this Raptor camp and should be feeling okay about his state of affairs.
Yeah, did have to start Q, but he will be alright. Taco got a pretty bad trade and lost XP on 3 of those creeps.
Yeah, I think Driver might have missed 1 creep of XP. Maybe not, though. It was very close.
Yeah, he must have, because you get halfway, right?
I think you get just below halfway. But maybe you do get halfway. I'm not sure about it.
I'm curious to see how this mid lane is going to go.
Yeah, I think traditionally these AD carry type champions actually do pretty well into the LeBlanc.
Yeah.
If LeBlanc ever dashes forward, especially into the Kai'Sa, her Q, if you can isolate it, actually does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Even early on into the game.
Yeah, easy to land a W while LB is Wing onto you, jumping onto you.
Yeah.
And here is the blue side classic, or I guess red side bot lane classic.
Yeah, now it is a little bit more dangerous simply because it is the on-hit Varus. It actually does provide a little bit more potential to look for.
Yeah, with the Renata too.
Yeah.
No flash on the Blitz is going to make these plays really hard as well. Or harder than they could be.
Orca's coming to support his mid laner. He doesn't know there's a Husha in the bush. Will know now. Flash. So his advance comes through. The flash will come through from Orca too. Lands a nice shield there onto Cascada. It's going to be 116, getting very low. Handshake comes through and it's going to hit the double stun, but not quite the damage.
Very close.
Yeah, but lane state in favor of Cascada as it's slowly pushing towards him.
Yeah, great roam by Orca.
Yeah, very, very good timing.
Driver gets a proxy, pulling ahead in CS a bit, but Rumble will get another 6 under the tower.
Yeah, I think this is largely because of what happened level 1. Taco losing out on his lane pressure a little bit because he was defending 665, which will be better for the long run, but certainly for the immediate start of the game doesn't feel so good. Now, Null Magic Mantle picked up by Driver on his first recall.
He hasn't gone for the cloth armor this time.
Yeah, he did go Mercs first, so we'll see if he does the same thing again, but I was a little bit curious for sure. I mean, he got solo killed almost immediately after I mentioned it.
Yeah, DCG bot lane just have to avoid a hook here and they'll be able to catch a giant wave. Yeah, looks like Beyond are just going to recall.
Get the reset in. Maybe Feng has enough gold for boots, but...
We're just going to get an invade, but Vi's going to be here.
He might be able to do it in time. Maokai destroys the Raptor camp.
Oh wow, a little heist.
What does come through in season, so Husha being able to get that, but maybe 665 could answer with the other team's Raptors. Won't look for it though, as Taco actually trading fairly decently. Driver though will be going forward as well.
CS up on the Callista. LB probably catching some under tower.
Yeah, and opting for the Vamp Scepter, most of the time Callistas do like rushing those boots as it just synergizes so incredibly well with the kit. Now, it will be these Void Grubs picked up for BYG.
And maybe it will be the AD Callista. with a longsword picked up. I imagine if he was going Nashers, he'd have a dagger instead.
Yeah, and also it would be tier.
Yeah, it could go for the tier. I could understand not going for the tier, though it feels like he wants to keep pressure up on his lane.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. There could even be just going into static shiv to match the sort of wave pressure. Not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Kai'Sa's one of those champs that can kind of get away with building whatever she wants.
Yeah. Yeah, with a bunch of new items, there's bound to be some Kai'Sa build that is ridiculous. She likes just about every stat, every offensive stat in the game.
Yeah. Now, things are a bit quieter now after the shenanigans that happened level 1 as well as obviously level 3 in the mid lane.
Husha no flash.
Yeah, Husha will be spotted out by 665 here, and it's... Oh, is he? They'll know now. They don't care. Oh, fantastic dodge, and that's going to be Blitzcrank without flash. Handshake will miss though, and so he'll be okay to just scurry away with his life. But again, a lot of pressure gone with that missing flash on the Blitzcrank.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're feeling pretty good about the state of the game, I imagine, if you're DCG.
Should be scaling nicely, of course.
Yeah, first 10 minutes of the game, Blitzcrank no flash, essentially, without anything for it.
Slight lead, though, in gold here for BYG. Nothing really to harp on about, though, of course. And
Yeah.
as the game progresses, if things remain even, it likely will be DCG that end up taking control just by the nature of first strike and how easy it is for Taco to proc that on the Udyr.
I wonder where 665 will look to use his ult. That's a big spike on buy once you hit level 6. A lot of times just a kill, but it's hard to tell where he's going to use it. I'm thinking maybe mid.
Yeah,
He's not 6 yet, though.
could be mid, but if Distortion's off cooldown, it feels really, really difficult because you see the Vi ult and you just immediately, oh, stay true. Here comes the Nature's Grasp. It's a nice handshake, but it should just be stay true going down.
Oh.
Going to be able to get that revive. His hook will land on the Cascada, but Killer Instinct gets him to safety as well as that flash. Good timing found. Stay true, unfortunately, the one that picks up the kill. Not ideal, but still relieving pressure on the map.
Yeah, Husha found level 6 first and
Oh, now
got a good play.
Tide has flash. He has cleanse. He's going to likely have to burn at least one of them. Oh.
Nice flash.
Yeah, that was almost looked like he was going to get hit by it anyway, but yeah, well played by Tide. Does lose his flash. Now
Another devious Maokai ult angle. Cascada just has to flash immediately, still gets hooked. Maokai root lasting so long when it's near the end.
yeah. It was kind of lucky that the handshake did connect onto Maokai. I don't know, I didn't see if Cascada landed an auto attack on him, but I believe it was just the CC from handshake that allowed the Killer Instinct proc to get Kai'Sa out of harm's way. Now, Serrated Dirk is the pickup for Cascada. It still can be AP. You can, one of the AP builds for Kai'Sa was the Serrated Dirk, double lethality items into just the AP build. We'll see, though.
Just go for 3 evolves. Or 2, I guess.
Yeah, you do also, because you go Nashes, you do get all 3.
Probably going to be a Yomu's, if I had to guess.
Yeah? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Could be the opportunity, perhaps, but doesn't know how you find the most value out of opportunity on Kai'Sa. Of course, landing the W's from afar, and I guess if you jump in with someone else's CC, and then immediately you'll find value there. Taco's going to note that this is being done, firing a few harpoons, but
I think that's 6 Void Grubs.
yeah, it is going to be 6 Void Grubs. Now, importantly, though, that only matters if you're actively hitting towers, which LeBlanc, for the most part, should be in this game.
Yeah.
But if you are able to secure 2 dragons for the side of DCG, that'll feel pretty good anyway. Feng now, no flash, is going to get that Fate's Call land on him. He's going to have the revive available, though, as Rend will not find the damage, and
Wow.
very, very near miss.
Yeah, really scary. But, yeah, with Maokai topside, maybe Tide felt like he was a lot safer than he was. He didn't end up blowing anything and just got to walk out. Actually took Feng's cleanse.
Yeah, Cascada gets connected with by the chain. Doesn't have distortion. 665 is going to go forward now, but Husha is in the area. Killer Instinct comes through, but the distortion back. 665, though, is trying to find the damage here. 1 Volt Breaker might be enough to do it. We'll find it in the backside. Cascada dodges out of the Bramble Smash. He's actually stayed along for way longer than he had the right to. 665 now, though, being looked at by Stay True. Orca will be in the area. Can he get the revive? He will. So now they're just trying to get the reset. 1 auto. Is he going to be able to do it? They do. No, they don't.
Oh, disaster.
Oh, that was so close. But it's going to be BYG coming out on top.
Yeah, and 665 had a chance to just get out there. But, yeah, goes for the kill. Goes for the kill on Husha and doesn't quite get it. Pretty happy with that if you're beyond. It is just 2 kills on the Maokai, as we're going to see. So 665 waits for 116 to use his W, and he waits for the W to time out. And then he goes with his ulti. And it was looking pretty good here, but the flash from 116 was really good. Gets him away from everyone. And then Husha is just punishing Kaisa in the really nice flash. And then, yeah, Cascada playing out of his mind, but still goes down. Stay True a little faster on the rotation, but honestly, I'm surprised how much damage they did to this Vi in the first place.
Yeah,
flash from Orca saves her. He could back out. Maybe he goes down to Ignite, though. Maybe he didn't have a choice. Ignite goes down on Blitz and an auto. At least 1 auto. Wow. Just
that was the difference maker.
Misplay. Yeah.
That really was the difference maker. Wow. It was obviously very hard to click the correct person there. Blitzcrank and Maokai standing on top of each other.
Yeah.
And now, the pressure that has afforded the side of DCG, BYG, means they do pick up the Dragon. A lot of damage being traded bot here. Orca getting quite low, but Fing also taking a lot of damage in response.
Yeah, Varus, this lethality, not lethality, this on-hit Varus looking like he stands his own.
Okay, he gets away. Chain will connect, but should be far enough away to remain safe. And it was the Yomu's completed now for Cascada.
Looking into another AD item.
I think it's going to be another lethality item. Ooh!
Nice flash. I think that was just the Hex flash from Stay True, so you're going to take those.
Yeah, this guy's getting pretty crazy with it.
Yeah, it was looking like a rough
cease and desist. Killer Instinct as well to the follow-up, and there's a lot of damage coming down, but can they find the auto attacks? Not quite, as Husha will arrive. There is no Nature's Grasp. Hook does land, though. Now they need to find a reset for 665. They're not going to be able to, and it's 116 who picks himself up. Yet another kill. Cascada will be out of mana now, and having to run away.
1 auto, just another fight mid where they're just 1 auto attack off of getting the kill. And yes, Stay True switched it on. Now he had a rough start to this game, but he's having massive impact as this just starts with a Vi ult into the Kaisa ult. And I guess this is the idea of the lethality Kaisa, but yeah, 1 more Vi auto, he's dead there.
For sure. Very, very close.
Great hook into tower. Not much they can do to get the res. Kill even going over to LB. A few of the earlier kills went to Maokai, so it's nice to get a kill on your LB. And this AD LeBlanc can really run away with games.
Yeah. Still, it's important you do have to play around it correctly, as something we haven't really talked about is top lane. It is the Kaedic Recurn completed for Driver.
Yeah.
Taco picking himself up the Leandries. Now actually laning up against the LeBlanc, so we'll have a harder time for himself, but Driver's being dove on the bot side. All that MR is not doing a whole lot against this lethality Kaisa, although he is able to run away, and Cascada is just 1 auto from death.
Really nice Renata ult.
Yeah.
Stops disaster there.
Does save the play. Tide being looked at by Feng. That is going to be the rend down. It's going to cool down now. Nice handshake. Being Stay True is getting very, very low. Driver does join the play, but Cascada going to find himself the first kill. Traded back. Feng also able to pick up 1 for himself.
Yeah. Ends up being a 1-for-1. You know, sucks to lose your jungler for the Blitzcrank, but could have gone a lot worse for DCG, I think, with the dive on an Udyr. No Vi ult up. They just ran out of damage to kill him.
For sure. Now, with that, maybe even BYG picking up this mid tower without really having to commit much to it at all. 6 Void Grubs.
Yeah, it means anytime they're hitting a tower with 6 Void Grubs, with the 6 buff, spawning two of the little dudes.
Yeah, each. Now, Red is being invaded by the side of BYG.
Varus actually had items.
That was kind of scary. 665, I don't know if you know what's waiting for you here, pal, and he's just going to get absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, the Blitzcrank causing havoc all over the map. Mostly 665 suffering.
Yeah.
You're not, you know, it's not doomed. It's not doomed if you're DCG. You still do outscale.
For sure. And Vi, notably, doesn't require the most amount of gold to function.
Yeah.
Always it can just be an R button, which can be enough. Obviously, if you find a good ult there onto Fing, can just mean he goes down. Not as much defenses.
You've got the Rumble and the Kai'Sa follow-up too. So he's just going to be looking for an ult on a priority target. He's got two really good targets, LB or Kai'Sa. And yeah, it's going to be a one-way trip on these Vi ults.
Certainly does feel that way. Of course, we have seen that out of 665 already once against West Point. I think he ended the game with something like 12 deaths. Just constantly going in, and they managed to win that one.
Yeah, so he's in his comfort zone.
That's right. Waiting for that 10-death power spike, perhaps. And he is just going full utility as well. He's got the Black Cleaver. He has now got some healing reduction. Of course, the only real person you're too concerned about making sure their healing's not too high is Fing, and almost certainly every fight 665 will be able to hit Fing at least once.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Maokai's doing a bit of healing. Udyr's doing a bit of healing.
Yeah.
Maybe even fleet footwork on LB. You're getting a bit of value out of it, and yeah, I completely understand building utility on the 1 and 4 Vi at this point. Anything to help you just be useful.
Ooh, so Cascada's actually building Voltaic Cyclo Sword second. Oh, okay, 116 is going to be absolutely eliminated. Yeah, it goes down straight away. That's a shutdown. It's given over to Cascada now. It will importantly be a trade onto that jungler as Tide and Taco, as well as Orca, trying to do what they can in this fight. But Cascada's damage noticeably lacking as he was trying to find his way back in. And with that, it's just a quick 3 going down despite the early pick onto 1116. The collapse is good.
Yeah, it looked like a great fight. But yeah, I didn't see the other side of the fight. I was watching Kai'Sa run for her life. I think they maybe got split off once they... Kudos to 665 for just finding a play, not deterred at all by having a rough start to this game. Finds a really good pick on a high priority target, but it may be just a little bit too behind.
Yeah, it feels a little bit hard for sure. Now, this is a good matchup for DCG, of course. Driver does have a chain vest, but mostly magic resist to talk of. His tower is very, very low.
Yeah, I'm surprised
all Vi's here.
I'm surprised he didn't just go for the auto on it, but I guess he'll get it in time, so...
Maybe worried about a surprise Maokai out from behind him. Bit of PTSD. It's been happening for 2 series now. Well, 2 games, shall I say.
Yeah, and Stay True is also a bit omnipresent in this game. And we're going to see the replay. I'm curious what happens on the other side of this fight. It didn't look like Tide got to hit at all. Stay True's cooking something. As yeah, great engage. Really decisive. Insta-flash handshake follow-up. Vi goes down here, that's to be expected. They immediately kill the Renata.
Yeah, Taco a bit late too.
Yeah, Taco late and just walks in. Doesn't really read the fight very well and just walks in. Dies.
Oh, back to live. No one's dead, but there is a Blitzcrank, noticeably deep
in the enemy jungle.
Yeah. Will be another tower picked up. And all things considered, I mean, you're at a 3k gold disadvantage, but you still do have avenues in this game if you're able to hold on. Stay True might be finding someone, or maybe found himself. Hook will connect onto 665, and we might be finding our 6th death of the game, although Equalizer is amazing, as is the hostile takeover. Tide's finding a lot of damage onto Husha, who's not the ideal target, but a target nonetheless. The arrow will not connect as we see 2 people now down from DCG, Taco, as well as 665, 116 down, and Driver 1v3ing up here. Is he going to have the damage? He definitely does not, and the piercing arrow is fantastic. We've got a Drifter. We have a Drifter. It's going to be Feng, though, finding the damage. Fantastic driving from Husha and fantastic kiting from Feng means that they are able to eventually come out on top of that team fight. Now, Cascada is still hanging around in the area. noticeably is higher health than both of that of BYG, but will just come in, claim himself this CS. A very close fight.
Yeah.
But a very well played one by BYG.
Yeah. I mean, Husha's just playing out of his mind, hops into the Rift Herald mid-fight. As the fight starts with what looks like a free pick on the buy.
This hostile takeover was insane.
Yep.
1, 2,
and
3.
it gets followed by the Rumble ult. Taco going down.
Yeah, that flash from Tide.
Living.
Actually, wow, he actually puts the Herald down as well. I didn't even notice that. I know he got in it.
Yeah, he's low, has no way back into this fight unless he hops in the Herald.
Unless. Pause champ.
And Orca just doesn't even know what hit him.
Yeah.
Wow, such a well-played fight by Feng again. He's a menace on this Kalista.
Some smiles.
Yeah, gotta be happy with that fight.
If I was on BYG, I might just be smiling as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Cascada, Nature's Grasp going to connect on him, and so
does. A lot
does.
of damage.
Yeah, teleport coming in from Taco. Should be able to maybe find 116. He does go back to that distortion.
Nice
Equalizer is fantastic. Feng is going to get absolutely annihilated. Ooh. 2 kills very quickly here for the side of DCG. Voidseeker not connecting onto 116, but this should be the Dragon going down on hit Varus as well as the Kai'Sa. Means your damage is very, very high. Driver, though, full on HP. Husha as well.
Husha alive, no smite, though.
Yeah.
And this Udyr will die quickly. Okay. He will die very quickly if he tries to.
Taco, right now.
That's Baron down. It's about if they can get anything. I don't think they can after.
Ooh. Okay. That Baron went down to 167 health and was sitting there for a little while, but was eventually picked up.
Yeah, no smite on the Maokai.
Yeah. DCG now in a good position.
Watch LB try to jump on this Kai'Sa and just get absolutely chunked. Dodges the chain.
Yeah, that is insane.
That's without the... He's just dead if he can proc passive on him. Look at the handshake into the equalizer.
Yeah, this isolated Acathian Rain does an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, this Kai'Sa build.
Oh, stay true. He's just speedy enough. Oh, no, he's not. All right, that's a dead Blitzcrank. This Kai'Sa will be absolutely claiming another one.
Felt like a little bit of a spite flash ult maybe from 665. Statrue's been giving him a hard time this game.
Yeah, but it is a good one, obviously. Now, Statrue will be dead for this dragon. Does spawn slightly after the dragon spawns, and there is ways that they can try and hold off it. Equalizer comes down. It's not the greatest. Finger staying completely safe. Orca likely to be going down. Redemption! But eventually does go down there to the tower shot. There's going to be a 4v4 right now. Driver, though, is getting absolutely wailed on, and Chris Garda.
Yeah. Scott kind of taking over the game.
Yeah, but on the other side, though, 116 is claiming himself an inner tower. It's a lot of gold. Will be able to turn around and join the rest of the team to try and defend off this dragon. It's a 4v4, of course, as Orca will remain dead. No driver, though, means the tankiness of BYG is a lot lower.
They might be looking to contest this.
They are just doing objectives so fast. And now Husha's got himself a flank. 665 will be hooked up, but importantly, that is not exactly the target you want. Fate's Call landed. Feng is trying to kite. Feng is kiting. And eventually they're finding 2. Only Taco remains, and he should not be able to get out of this. He found himself a double kill. Will eventually go down. And a back and forth game we do have as 116 picks himself up a triple.
Yeah, DCG will be happy to pick up that dragon. You don't want to be fighting against Soul Point. But really smart map play by 116. The Blitzcrank goes down and they're sieging mid. He's an AD LeBlanc. He's not going to be that useful there. Takes his 6 Void buff. Bot lane, grabs himself a tower and a triple kill. He's going to be massive now. As I was really surprised that they felt like they could contest this, but they've got everyone here. And 116 in great position this fight. Hook lands, interrupts by IQ. And this Maokai is kind of unkillable.
The Fate's Call as well, last second.
Yeah. No one's hitting 116 all fight. He is massive. A triple kill and a tier 2 turret.
Yeah. Now that is a 3-item LeBlanc making his way towards picking up what I assume will be a Trinity Force. Terminus, though, is completed now for the Varus. If he gets any time at all to just throw some auto attacks into Husha, into Driver, will find himself being quite tanky. Same can be said for Feng, though, of course.
Could be Storm Razor on that LB, too.
Oh, these Ws are hitting now, of course, W upgrade, and Feng is going to be locked up. Is Chris Carter going to ult in? It's going to be 665 just getting annihilated once more, but Chris Carter, he sees the angle, he lands another one of the Void Seekers, and Feng now all on his lonesome.
Oh, my God.
Well, another one. This guy has aim assist. 116 is going to run away. It's very, very hard for you to ever chase down this little Blanc, but Chris Carter is finding everything he wants and more in these fights. Driver on the other side, though, getting to work on what looks to be the inhibitor tower. Taco backing 116. Maybe going down. Chris Carter with the flash. Husha does manage to get himself one on the backside. Of course, Tide will be going down there. Slow will not quite connect, but the W certainly will. Chris Carter not missing any of those today.
Yeah, Chris Carter is putting on a clinic this game on the Kai'Sa, justifying the Kai'Sa mid-pick. Refusing to go down. I mean, he ults into 3 people, picks one off. Kallista's next.
Yeah, lands 2 Void Seekers to confirm that kill. Kallista now, importantly, though, picking up a Gwynsu, so very, very strong.
Yeah.
Not as easy for her to hit, of course.
Yeah, and it's hard to play Kallista into these burst builds from Kai'Sa. You saw that fight. He kind of just walked into her with her team there and just nearly one-shot her.
Yeah, Hextech Alternator now for Chris Carter. I think that'll turn into Storm Surge, but in theory it could also maybe be Shadow Flame.
Yeah.
Not likely to be the Ludens or anything like that.
Yeah, I doubt he needs the mana.
He did run out of mana last fight, but again, that was a very prolonged fight with a lot of abilities. Oh, okay, so it's going to be Shadow Flame. It is completed. That's a 4-item Kai'Sa now.
Yeah, he's going to be very scary in these fights.
Nada as well. Bit of protection there for Varus or Chris Carter, although Chris Carter really not needing the protection, just diving on into the back line after abilities have been used. Well,
what a good game from Husha as well. 5-0 and 14 on the Maokai.
Yeah, just doing an honest day's work, this guy. Oh, 665. He's going to get hooked up. He's going to have to use that ult. Feng is right there, and he's going to be able to use it on an equalizer. Comes through. Feng has absolutely no sums. He's taken out completely immediately. Husha, though, finding a lot of CC as Chris Carter trying to find the remaining damage onto both Driver and 116. 116 is running away for now, distorting through, trying to clear out that minion wave. The Void Seeker. Did it land? I don't know.
It doesn't quite land. This Renata Rumble combo is destroying team fights. It seems so difficult to play into. 665 just cannonballing into the enemy team. They're grouped around him. Renata ult follows up, Rumble ult on top.
Now, this Baron should not be contested. Husha doesn't really have a way in. It's just going to go down very, very fast, Baron. And I'm beginning to think DCG have worked out the ways of the Varus.
Yeah, as it looked like more of the same. Just the usual 665 getting Blitzcrank hooked. But yeah, as you pointed out, the Kallista, it's his lucky day. Kallista's right there, and there's the Rumble Vi combo as well.
Even gets the revive off.
I mean, they just vanish. They just vanish.
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's definitely a lot of that's on Feng, right? Like, you can't, you see the Vi getting hooked, and it's not really up to you to do that damage straight away, because obviously as soon as she gets out, if you aren't able to just one-shot her, she's going to press R on you.
Yeah, but he's kind of in a bad spot, because who's doing the damage if not him, right? Blitz hook into the Maokai, and
yeah, but you can just disengage at that stage.
Yeah, it's. I think they were just. I think they're just too used to killing this 1 in 9 Vi for free, maybe.
Well, they did. They did kill that Vi, but they did not kill the 10 and 2 Kai'Sa, which you'd argue might just be more of a problem. Now, Baron Siege against, well, trying to defend the Baron Siege up against Varus and Kai'Sa, and there goes a hook. It does miss. 665. He's found Feng. Equalizer comes through. Chris Carter comes through. Feng is just annihilated off the face of the earth. Chris Carter, though, getting very, very low. He's going to have to look for the reset. Can they find the damage? They will not. It's a shutdown. Husha will pick that one up for himself. 6-0-16 now on the Maokai, but importantly, 3 still remain. Orca, Tide, and Taco are going to stay alive, to push down more.
Yeah, like clockwork. Feng is on screen. He's Vi ulted, he's Rumble ulted, he's dead. There is nothing he can do. He's not being allowed to play this game at all. And for good measure, we can follow up with the Kai'Sa ult.
Yeah, absolutely. Cascada, though, did give over a big shutdown, but importantly for the side of DCG, it went on to Husha. Husha being at 4 items, very, very strong for sure, but not really having the damage as Feng is just getting completely annihilated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary playing Maokai into these on-hit Varus builds. If you're out of position for a second, he will just shred you down. As you're going to see a really weird start to this fight. The hook's just grazing
everything
Tide.
misses.
Yeah, and then Varus ult too, for good measure. But then Vi ult, Rumble ult, Kai'Sa's in. Feng just can't play this game. And I don't think LB does enough consistent damage. He does take out Cascada, but he doesn't do enough consistent damage. Like, who's killing Rumble, who's killing Varus?
Yeah, very, very difficult game here for BYG.
Look at that Varus damage.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising, right?
No, I mean that Cascada had to be focused, and he was just wailing on this Udyr and Maokai. It's a field day for an on-hit Varus against these, you know, not very threatening, but very tanky champions.
For sure. Gold Graph tells a story, of course. DCG really starting to find... Oh, alrighty. We have a LeBlanc on our hands now, ladies and gentlemen.
Stormrazor up now.
Yeah, all Flash Hook will miss onto Orca. Through comes the Nature's Grasp. 116 finds another auto attack here. Does get ulted. This time it will not be Feng. So Feng has a little bit of freedom. He's finding the damage. Is he going to have what it takes, though? It's going to take a lot out of him. Taco is getting low. Does go golden once more. Cascada flashes forward. He's on 1 HP, but he finds the triple kill. Only driver remains, and the Void Seeker will land. One more might just do it. Will it connect? Oh, he's out of range. But with that, it will absolutely be DCG who take game number 2, taking us to a 3rd game here. BYG, they had it in the bag, it looked like, but Cascada said no, stood up to the plate, and absolutely got the job done.
What a game from Cascada, just refusing to go down 2-0. Pretty much single-handedly dragging them through that game.
Yeah, fantastically well played. I mean,